Can you tell by my walk? Can you hear it in my talk? I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. Can't you see in my eyes? It should come as no surprise. I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. The barely cool. No, the barely cool. The barely cool. Yeah, the barely cool. The barely cool. No, the barely cool. Yeah.
Denmark, welcome back to the Barely Cool podcast.
Welcome back.
It's still Movember. Can't you tell?
Have you checked? He's got dirt on his lip.
I'm gonna put dirt in your eye.
Gonna rub some dirt in your eye.
Have I checked the Movember thing?
Have you? Because I haven't.
No.
This is probably at $0,
Yeah,
right?
probably. I
I
would
don't
guess.
have my phone because it's there.
We haven't been promoting it as much
No, we
this
haven't.
year.
It's okay. We got like, what, 10, 15 days left?
Yeah, whatever.
What's today? November 21st? 17th?
I have no clue.
19th.
It's definitely
You,
something.
I don't even know what day it is ever.
It's a Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Tuesday. Oh, I gotta do the frickin' recycling.
Oh, you got to do the friggin' recycling like tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
That's fine. I'll do it after you go.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Barely Cool podcast. Nobody cares about any of that.
No one does.
And I'm including Movember.
No, people
we
care
do
about
care.
men's
We
mental
care.
health.
We
We care
care
about
about
it
men's
here.
mental health.
Go donate.
It's in the link tree in our Instagram. What's our Instagram? Check the links. Yeah, under
In the description
podcast
below.
description. We
It's
put a lot of
there.
work writing those.
It's there. It's there.
On YouTube. And
So how was your week, Judah? How'd you do?
it was a busy week. Like last week? Busy.
Yeah, because I guess we haven't recorded since last Saturday.
Yeah, it's been a bit. I
Wow.
saw you very briefly on Saturday through your window.
Yes,
I showed up at Ben's house.
he did show up at my house.
Dude,
my window. I was doing dishes.
I was so. Speaking of not knowing what day it was, I was like, I checked your location. I was with a friend
Yeah.
that I was reconnecting with, and we needed to find parking, and there was no parking where we needed to go. So I said, well, Ben's house is close. We'll go park at Ben's house. I checked
Yeah.
his location. He's home. And I went, oh, geez, he's not picking up. Well, I'll just go show up and, like, peek through his window. And I was like, it's Monday. So, like, and Anissa's
Monday, he
Anissa's at work for sure.
Ben's there.
So then that way, like,
Monday.
I was like a little
It
bit.
was Saturday.
It was. I was a little concerned I was going to walk in and peek in and see something. But I was like, they would have the blinds down. And I was like, oh, but it's Monday.
No way. Yeah, no way we would be doing anything frisky without the blinds down.
Yeah, which is fair.
Yeah.
But so then I was like, but in my head so strongly. And I even said it to my friend. I went, well, it's Monday. Like, Anissa will be at work, so they're not going to be having sex. And I peek in. And I think I said that to you.
You did. You did say it to
and
me.
then
And that's when you said, oh, it's Monday. Nisa would be at
Yeah,
work.
and
And
you
I'm
went,
like, it's Saturday,
Uh-huh.
Judah.
And then I turned because my friend didn't say anything when I said it to him. He went, yeah, I thought, I'd just leave it. I was like, okay. So,
Yeah, it was good.
yeah, I almost saw your wife in a bra, apparently.
Yeah, she was, but she ran off pretty quick as soon as she saw you. Yeah, I was a little concerned for your health when you
don't
said
know
that.
why.
When you were like, "Oh, it's Monday," I was like, "Judah, no."
Maybe there's like black
It's
mold down here or
Saturday.
something. I don't know.
You got something freaking your brain up down
Yeah.
here? It's that vaccine, bro. How many shots did you have?
3.
Oh,
Said
you
3
need
too
4.
many?
You need 4.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you need more.
Yeah.
Oh, you're taking the other angle.
4.
Even number.
Otherwise, you'll get all messed up. You'll be all odd.
Turn your fucking brain into mush.
Turn your freaking brain, man.
You can't get the vaccine, but if you do, if you do, you better get the 4.
Oh well, I'm glad you're okay now.
Yeah. So that was fun on Saturday. It was a
fun
busy
on
day.
Saturday.
I made plans with my friend. I haven't seen this guy. Shout out Griffin. I haven't
Griffin, you seem pretty funny. I talked to you for like 5 minutes.
I genuinely have not hung out with him like one-on-one in, I would say, 11 years.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a long time. How do you reconnect with these people?
Pardon?
How do you reconnect with these people? I haven't talked to someone from my high school besides one guy.
Well, okay, so that's the thing is we went to elementary school together, and then in grade 9, or like in between grade 8 and grade 9, he moved up to Aurelia. And we hung out a
poor
couple
him.
times in grade 9 still. But after that, you get busy. And so that was like we'd hung out a couple times in like in a group or whatever since then. But
Right.
this was probably that was probably the last one-on-one. It was like
Wow.
in grade 9.
That's shocking.
How do we reconnect? I have him on Snapchat, and I shot him a message and just went,
Hey man, how you doing?
gosh, those Canucks, eh?
Oh, he was the Canucks
He's
fan.
my Canucks fan.
He's the guy who
my
you
Canucks friend.
Oh,
yeah.
good point of contact. Okay, so that
So,
explains
and
it.
then we
So you
started
had
chatting,
I was
and
gonna say I don't know how you reconnect with these people without like something.
yeah.
So you had that.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then we started.
I get it.
We've always. I would say we did. Well, yeah, you're right.
Oh, Maddie just chimed in. Saw him at the airport.
We ran into him in the airport.
Oh,
last
okay.
year.
So there was some kind of like
yes,
he was on your mind for a reason. I wonder
he's-
how Guy from the airport's doing.
He's been like, because I still have him on stuff. Like I'll see
His posts.
his posts, or I'll see where he's at, or whatever. And but yeah, I'm not connected to anybody from like even high school.
No, I still talk to one guy from high school.
Yeah, and
That's it.
I don't. He's like, there's a few that I
Yeah.
have talked to, but
Right.
not,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we ran into him at the airport in the security line, which was very odd. Him and a friend from like high school, we're in line for like customs, and all I hear is like Judah, and it's some friends, and we're like masked up. I don't know how he. And then it was funny because they were
somehow
like
recognized you.
they were past the corner.
Right.
And so then we kept like the line, and we kept seeing each other again, which was kind of
again. I love that.
So that was fair, but yeah, we made plans to do breakfast on Saturday, and ended up hanging out for like 14 hours. So
14 hours.
it was a long time.
Holy
Yeah.
moly! What'd you do for 14 hours?
I'll tell you, he got here at like 9:30 ish, maybe closer to 10.
Breakfast.
Did breakfast, and then I was like, "You want to go to Main Street? Do a little walk?" He went, "Oh
The
yeah,
light went off over
I've
there.
walked to Main Street. I've walked Main Street before. I saw Ben there once." I said, "Did you?" And he's like, "I'm pretty sure." And he said, "I was gonna go up to him and act like a crazy, barely cool fan,
which I would have loved.
but then he was like, he'll think I'm a jackass
No,
or something."
I wouldn't have, Griffin.
That's
and to anyone out there thinking about doing the same thing, if you ever see me, do it.
It
I'll
would
find
be
it
funny.
hilarious.
It would be funny.
I'll tell the story. I'll take a picture with you.
Yeah,
Post it.
give you an autograph.
That'd be hilarious.
Save that. Buy yourself a spaceship in the future.
Hey, man.
Yeah, so we went to Main Street and we couldn't find parking anywhere. And we're like, what the?
Yeah, wasn't it the Santa Claus
Yeah,
parade?
apparently.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I'm driving down and I'm like, oh gosh, something must be horribly wrong. It's blocked off by a police officer. Oh no, I hope everyone's okay. And then I'm like trying to get in. And then I'm like, there's no parking. And I can see through, like I'm at like Riverwalk and I can see through the buildings and there's like a whole mass of people. And I was like, it's like a parade. Oh.
Yeah, Santa Claus parade.
The old
It's
Santa
always
Claus
in November in Newmarket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was like, well, I just want a cup of coffee and to walk around Fairy Lake. So that's when we went to your house, had that little interaction. And then Saturday was crazy, dude. I triple booked myself accidentally with potential plans. And it wasn't until like Friday night that I even got any of them solidified.
Okay.
So one of which was hanging out with Griffin.
Yeah.
The other one was hanging out with a buddy who lives in. Well, I won't say where he lives because he might not want that.
Yeah, that's fair.
He lives far. Shout out Brandon Lapine, famous artist.
Oh, he's a famous artist.
I would say so.
Okay. Way to go, Brandon.
Ben hasn't heard of you. I want him on the podcast.
I'm not really invested in the art scene.
He said he would do it. He said he would do it.
He'd come on the
He
podcast?
would, yeah.
Sure, I'll bring him on.
He's done. Let me list some of his accolades that I can think of. There's a lot. He's done a lot of merch for YouTubers.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Tiny Meat Gang podcast.
Okay. All right. So he's legit then.
He's friends with like Meat Canyon, if you know him. The whole like Curtis Connor, Danny Gonzalez, like all them.
Wow. All merch for those guys, eh?
The band Pup.
Oh, I know those guys.
Yeah, he did an album art for them.
Which one?
It was their EP. This place sucks ass.
This place sucks ass. What was the art?
It's like an apocalyptic, very like cartoony. When we went to Halliburton at the record store, it was there.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I
eh?
took a picture of it.
Oh, okay,
sent it
cool.
to him.
Oh, that's right. So this is this guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Way to go, Brandon.
Yeah. So then he was going to be in the city,
Right.
and he was like, "Do you want to hang out?" And I was like, "Go to the city, hang out, Brandon." Yeah, sure, we could do that. Made that plan a week or two ago, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh frick, right? And I'm like, I kind of knew, but I didn't know. Like, I hadn't heard from him of timing and stuff, and it was kind of gonna be just like we'll talk the day of.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. So he was texting me on Saturday, going, hey, like I'm in Mississauga, like let me know. And I was like, okay. And I was with Griffin, and I was just like, okay, man, I gotta be real with you. Here's the deal. I did double book myself. I got a buddy in Ottawa, or in Toronto. Sorry. He's in Toronto right now.
Oh man, your brain's just jelly. He's got his eyes closed. He's like,
I'm trying to think.
Oh, where is he?
Ottawa. He's in Toronto, and
Toronto.
Well, because Mississauga. And you want to hang out? He wants to hang out. I'm dying. Sorry.
What is going on?
Brandon.
Okay, you're like a computer that needs to restart.
Yeah. Give me a sec.
Let me open the task manager. Close a couple tabs.
Dude, Chrome is taking a lot of... Okay.
Chrome's not responding.
Got it.
It's okay. I won't
Brandon's
report
calling me, but I'm hanging out with Griffin, so I miss it. I'm like, oh, shoot. I got to... So I have to... I'm like, oh, Brandon, give me a sec. I text him. I'm like, Griffin, here's the deal. Got a buddy. He's in Toronto. We made these plans. I don't know the next time I'll be able to see him because he doesn't live super close.
Yeah.
But, like, do you want to come?
Right.
And Griffin was like, yeah, sure.
Nice.
He was like, I don't care. I got nothing going on today. So I was like, cool. All right. And this is what Griffin says to me. He goes, I booked off all of Saturday for this.
Makes you feel like a
well,
ass.
he was just like, I'm down for whatever.
Oh, okay.
And so he goes,
Would have been funny.
all that matters is I got to drive back to, I don't think Griffin will care if I tell people where he lives. He lives like, maybe he would. I don't know. He lives like...
He has to drive back to his house.
Yeah, like 2 hours away from
Oh,
here.
okay.
So he's like, as long as I'm home by like 11, that'll be great.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right. And he cuts me off. He goes, well, if I'm home by midnight, that's all right. And I'm like, yeah, man, like that'll be... And he goes, well, actually, you know what? If I'm home by 1, that's fine.
He sounds hilarious.
He's really funny.
I want to hang out with this guy.
He's really funny. Yeah, Maddie also, by circumstance, was also in Toronto with a friend.
Oh, nice.
So she was already there. And so I was like, okay, like, Griff and I will drive down to, like, Finch, take a subway, meet Brandon, meet Maddie, and that's what we did. Hung out there for a bit.
Fun.
Brandon wasn't in the city by the time we got there, so Griff and I just kind of wandered around the Eaton Center.
Wait, Brandon wasn't there?
He was still in Mississauga.
Oh.
He was like, I'll bus in or whatever.
Right.
And I guess there was some issue with the bus. So Griff and I were just kind of hanging out. We linked up with Maddie.
The Eaton Center's fun.
And yeah, it was all right. It's busy, dude.
I guess a bunch of Black Friday deals, right?
Like pre-Christmas.
Yeah.
Maddie is there, and I'm like, you wanna go check out like the apartment I used to live in? Because I have a friend who still lives there.
Oh, nice.
Richie, shout out Richie. And so I call him 2 p.m., 2:30, wake him up.
Wake him up?
Yeah, it was his day off, and I woke him up. Was it? No.
It was 4 p.m.
Maddie says 4
from
p.m.
Maddie. That's pretty late.
All right. Apparently, it was like 4
It
p.m.
was 4 p.m. Wow, this guy was sleeping.
So we
late.
We went there. I texted him when we're outside. I go, I'm here. I don't hear anything. And I'm like,
he fell back asleep.
I texted him like a couple minutes later. I'm like outside the building. Like, can you let us in? And he goes, oh, I thought you were like right outside the door. Yeah, I think he just unlocked his door. And I'm like, so then he comes down, and his brother was there. He's a cool guy. His other roommate, great group of guys.
Yeah, great group of guys.
I haven't been back in that apartment in a hot minute. Introduce him to Griffin. Griffin goes, I feel like I've been here before. And I'm like, doubt it. I don't think so. And then he's like, and then I'm like, wait a second. Yeah, no, you probably have.
Oh,
because he knew a previous guy who lived there. So that was kind of everything's connected. It's flipping crazy.
Guys, everything's connected in this crazy world.
Hung out in Toronto for a bit. Then met up with Brandon, went up, like, just hung out at a coffee shop, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of, like, he had a concert to go to, so it was like, can't really do a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Subwayed home.
Mm-hmm.
Subway to Finch, drove home. And then Griff was like, you know, I was like, dude, like, if you want to go, like, you got a 2-hour drive home.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, you kick me out. Like I'm down. I'm having a great time.
Right.
So we ordered sushi, and then
Nice.
he ended up leaving here at like 11:30.
Wow.
Yeah, long day.
That could have been days like that you just described to me.
It was a
That
lot
could
of
have
stuff.
been multiple days.
It was
That all
packed.
happened in one day.
Yeah,
That's pretty nuts.
and then last week too, we've been moving the tattoo shop.
Yep.
So Wednesday was
That's a
like
busy time in your life, eh?
last week was nuts. It like I woke up Sunday, and I was like, I didn't have a long sleep Friday, didn't have a long sleep Saturday night, and I woke up Sunday and I was like,
Oh no,
Uh-oh.
the lymph nodes were a little
yeah,
swollen.
feeling a little swollen, and I was like, that's no good. So I made
Gotta get
sure.
your sleeps. Gotta get your sleeps, kids.
Yeah,
Gotta get your sleeps.
And I hadn't been because of how busy I was. Like the busier you are, you typically like you eat out of necessity.
Yep.
So I wasn't eating that good.
Yeah, I do that a lot when I'm busy with school. I'm just
Yeah.
like, man, it's 6:00 and I haven't eaten yet.
Yeah, it was a lot of like, oh, I gotta run out the door. What can I eat quick? You know. Also, because my birthday was relatively soon, like there's still a lot of like snacks and stuff, like a lot of unhealthy food around the house.
Oh, so you're eating that unhealthy food?
Yeah,
I
so-
love unhealthy food, dude. Holy.
Yeah, I do. Me too.
I had 2 boxes of Kraft Dinner yesterday, not by my own fault. Really, I had one box of Kraft Dinner
Yeah.
for dinner because I was like, niece was at skating.
Yeah.
I had been home working all day, and I made like a pretty extravagant like breakfast.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't feel like cooking like an extravagant
Yeah,
dinner.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I was like,
Well, and now that you've really settled into the no dishwasher life, gosh, doesn't it really? it really
it's so
limits
much
what you want to
easier
cook.
to not have like 6 cutting
Yeah.
boards. I am like, no, I'm not getting like stuff. I'm not defrosting meat right now. Like,
Absolutely
I'm making
not.
Kraft Dinner.
Yeah.
And I did, and it was great. And then niece gets home at like 9:30 from skating, and she's like, "Man, I'm hungry." And I'm
Okay.
like, "Do you want me to like make you something?" And she's like, "Yeah." Like I was like, I can I can make you some eggs, whatever
Yeah.
you want." She's like, "I'll do like Kraft Dinner," and I'm like, "But she can't eat a whole box of Kraft Dinner by
Right.
herself." So I'm like, "Okay, well I had
Yeah.
Kraft Dinner for dinner, but like just eat most of it." She probably ate a quarter of the box. So and this is like 10:30 at this
Yeah.
point. So like all I did was eat like 700 more calories before bed.
Yeah.
But my word.
And then just go
it
right
tasted
to
good.
sleep. Oh
It
yeah,
tasted
but that's the
good.
thing. It does taste so
Yeah,
good.
I love junk food.
At some point last week, amidst the busyness, I had a similar thing to that where I was like, I'm hungry
Yeah.
and I'm tired and I can't cook.
Yeah.
Like I can't do
Yeah.
it. And I think we had done the dishes, so I was like, I'm not making more.
Yeah.
And I just got the bag of jalapeno Cheetos, and I was like, I'll just eat these until I'm not hungry anymore. And I
I
did.
love that.
And
I'm
I
just going to
did.
eat these till I'm not hungry
Yeah.
anymore.
And I did. And anyway, so yeah,
Oh,
Sunday.
that's good.
I don't know why. Sunday I woke up with a throat tickle
How could you?
after having like 12 hours of sleep in 48 hours and
And a whole bunch of jalapeno Cheetos.
the most busy week of my life so far. No, it wasn't that. But it was pretty crazy.
That sounds
Wednesday
nuts.
was a lot of moving. Wednesday was a lot of loading up a U-Haul, heavy lifting.
Yeah. That
Tuesday
sucks. I hate
also.
moving. I hate
Tuesday
moving.
was that. And then Thursday was like, all right, we're in the new spot now.
Yeah.
And I show up there, pandemonium.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
stuff everywhere.
Oh, I hate
And
I hate moving. I hate moving.
It was bad, dude.
I hate it.
The guys, like, since Black Cloud has existed, we're coming up on our 10th year of Black Cloud
Mm-hmm.
existing total.
Right.
And we've moved once.
Yeah.
This is our second move.
Yeah.
And so it was like I joined the squad.
Squad.
Right in the process of them moving the first time.
Right.
So I helped with that move.
Right.
And that move was like pretty hectic.
Right.
And that was moving same building down a couple units. Like
Right.
that was
So nothing, pretty much.
It was a lot
Yeah.
of, but it was a lot to figure out,
Right.
obviously. And like I love the guys, but the problem is the longer the move takes, the less like you're not tattooing.
Yeah.
So you're not making money.
Yeah.
And so I think what happened the last time is we were just so eager to like open up this new spot that like there was stuff that we were like, oh, we'll get to that. And then it just never
You never did. Yeah.
did. I mean, eventually. But with this one, like I think they've a lot better at like, okay, we got to make sure that we get
Do this
figured
now.
out.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I showed up for that dude, just like mountains of stuff
Oh.
in like a room. And
That's
so I show
awful.
up and I'm like, okay, like let's start figuring out
where this stuff goes.
Yeah. And so we're starting to like mark out like where the different like artist stations are going to be. And they go, all right, Judah, like pick your station. And I go, flipping, where, like, where's my options even? I'm looking, it's just a big room. What do I do? And they go, yeah. Well, we're thinking on 4 stations on this back wall, 2 on the left wall, 2 on the right wall if we can fit it. And I go, where have you picked? Like, I don't.
Yeah. Where?
I see a couple like of the beds are in a couple of the spots, but I'm like, I don't. Like, dude, I'm like freaking out. I just
so overwhelmed.
Yeah, literally.
I don't know.
And I'm like, I can't even. I didn't even know we had this much stuff.
Right. You don't know how much stuff you have till you move. It's insane.
Yeah. And so I asked one of the other artists, and I go, where's your station? She goes, don't worry about it. What?
Don't worry about it.
I'm worried about it. I'm trying to figure out.
Don't worry about it. Oh, I'll take that one. No, not that one.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who's all picked? Like, I don't know. And I'm trying to, like, there's people that.
I mean, like seniority wise, you should get the last pick, right?
No.
Someone's newer than you?
Oh, a couple. Yeah.
Whoa,
yeah,
really? Dang. Okay. All right. So you got seniority then?
But not really. So I go, what about the guys? Like, the owners, where are they going?
Right.
They go, they're waiting until we all pick.
Oh, boy.
So I'm just like, but I'm also like, there's different, like, I love everyone I work with, but there's different dynamics I have with different people.
Right.
So, like, maybe I want to be close to this person or, like,
right.
Whatever. One artist is pretty quiet. I'm pretty loud. Maybe
I don't put myself right next to them.
That'd be kind of rude of me.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to figure out, and I get a don't worry about it.
I love that.
All right.
There's something so funny about that.
It was funny.
Where'd you go? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right. So
Guess not.
But then I'm like, I mean, if it's not too much trouble, I wouldn't mind taking that like corner spot because there's good wall space. I have a decent amount of art, and they're just like, yeah, flipping, shut up, take it. And I'm like, okay. So
you're like
I'm trying.
Feet's turned.
Yeah,
you're like, I wouldn't mind the corner if I could.
Guess if that's okay. And they're just like, flipping, yeah, go
in the corner.
We're in the middle of moving, dude. Like, just start moving stuff. So I'm like, all right. So we start moving the stuff over there. But then I move my stuff into the corner.
Yeah.
And then it immediately becomes a game of, all right, who's next? Like, so we can put their stuff in where it needs to go.
Right.
Well, they're not here right now, so
we don't know which one they pick.
And so then I go to one of the owners who's there, and I go, dude, like, where? And he's like, no, dude, I'll pick last. And finally, like, me and one of the other artists, we had to go to him and be like, you have to pick. You have, because we have to start moving stuff.
You're right.
And he goes, yeah, there, I guess. So that's the moving process, and then it's just we lift a box and we go, where's this? Downstairs? Oh, should we wait until they're done the floors down there? Yeah, we should probably. Okay, we won't move this.
Oh, I hate that.
What about this one? Oh no, that's also downstairs. Yeah, but we could put it on the other side. No, but then it'll get in the way of when they like it was.
That
just,
sounds awful.
Yeah.
That sounds awful.
So it was a lot of that, and I
can't
went
even
in.
Imagine.
I went in again yesterday because I was supposed to.
Light went
the
back
light
on.
changed.
It's not the one that like
Yeah.
that's like 1,000,000,000 degrees.
Yeah.
Has the wrong bulb in
Voltage
it.
or whatever. Yeah.
Crazy guys.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
I went in yesterday because to kind of like see like, oh, how are we doing? The last day I was in was Thursday, so
Right.
I was like, let's see if there's anything last finishing touches I could do.
Mm-hmm.
And I did have a potential client for today.
Mm-hmm.
So I go in and I'm like, holy frick, we're not tattooing no more. I was just like barely anything has
Right.
been done. But it was because they were working on the floors
Right.
downstairs. So
Right.
that was like the big thing. They hired some movers
Okay, that's good.
for some of the really big stuff.
Right.
Like we had a vending machine, at the old spot. We had a
Right,
couple
right.
like really big furniture items. We hired movers for 4 of the items, 4 big items.
Mm-hmm.
They broke 3 out of the 4.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
They just broke them?
Yeah. Just dropped something. Oh, legs snapped off that.
What happens when they do that? It's just nothing?
Well, The guys hired, I think, probably the cheapest people possible.
Okay.
I wasn't there. I'm hearing this secondhand. They told me it was like a couple kids, like literally like maybe 19, you know.
Oh, wow.
Brampton kids, international students is what I was told to me. They break the thing, and I apparently it was like the most chaotic day that I missed.
Yeah, that sounds chaotic.
They break some stuff, and Rags and the guys are like, "What? You broke our stuff?
Yeah,
like, we're not gonna pay you.
Yeah,
you know, and or like, you know, like pay for the damage. We'll pay you, but then you got to pay to fix it or whatever, and it'll probably even out.
Yeah."
And apparently, one of the kids goes up to him and goes, "Please, where's your humanity?
Oh my God.
I have a test tomorrow." And they're like, "I don't care.
You
like,
broke our stuff."
yeah, tell that to your boss, man."
Yeah.
But so I won't say who, but it turned someone on our side backed their U-Haul truck into their truck, so it pretty much
Evened out.
Everything.
No.
I think. Yeah. So that happened. So then when we're moving stuff, I was helping move stuff yesterday, and I'm like, what do we do with this flippin' It's got one broken leg. Like, how do we?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll cut off the other legs, I guess. We just cut off the other legs.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's nuts. What a week for you. My week was nothing like that.
It's been busy. Yeah.
Mine was.
Tell me about it. Tell me about your week.
Mine was unbusy. I went hunting.
Yeah.
And then I came home and I did schoolwork and it was really quiet. That was my week. Your week was chaos. No, hunting's great.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think I'm gonna be a hunter now.
Yeah. For sure.
I think I'm gonna devote my whole life to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Did you get anything?
Nope.
Yeah.
But gosh, was it fun just sitting out in the forest. I got up. A partridge got the best of me.
Were you guys like talking or?
No, you don't talk. You just sit in silence. Absolute silence.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
In the middle of the forest. It's incredibly relaxing. It does
sound peaceful.
It is at the very.
Sounds peaceful.
It is a little.
The new guy who doesn't really care if you get anything.
I mean, it was a little awkward at the beginning because I'm like, oh, so we just sit here?
Yeah.
But by day 2, I was right on.
So, did you spend the night, or you go in, you go back out?
No, yeah, we go out in the morning, and then like right 30 minutes before sunrise.
Yeah.
And then we're out there till like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
And then we come back and we have breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go out again at like 1. And we're out there till sunset.
Yeah.
And then we come back. Because you can only hunt legally 30 minutes before sunrise and 30 minutes after sunset.
Right.
And
then you did it again day 2.
we did that again day 2. And we got nothing. We spent the whole morning. We found some rubs, which are when we were hunting for a buck.
Yeah.
Like a male deer.
I'm picking up what's going on.
And they rub trees with their antlers.
Yep.
To mark their territory.
Yeah.
We found some of those. We go, okay, there's one in the area.
Gold.
And then we found something called scrapings. This is like a mating thing they do. They scrape up the ground.
Yeah.
And then they like lick a branch and bite it. And then a doe comes along and pees on it.
Yeah.
And then that's like, now they can boink. So we found some of those and a couple of them.
Yeah.
And we had this stuff that smelled like doe urine.
Yeah.
So we just sprayed some of that on there. And then
smells like doe urine, or just is doe urine?
No, I think it just smells like doe urine.
Sure?
It might just be doe urine.
Probably,
it was in an unmarked bottle.
Yeah, it's probably.
So it's entirely possible it could have been doe urine.
Yeah.
He was like, get a whiff of that. And I was like, whoa, it smells real bad. And then he went, he was like, don't want to spill this stuff on yourself. And so we put that on there. And then we walked over to this dry swamp that apparently deer like to sleep in. And then we had some camp chairs.
Yeah.
We stuck the camp chairs down.
Yep. Into the swamp.
Into the bush.
The muck.
It was a dry swamp, so not very wet.
Right.
It's just like
but soft dirt.
Soft ground.
Yeah.
We stick it down, and we sit on the chairs, and then we just watch the tree line for hours. Not a single word. Maybe the most would be like.
Did you snack?
No, didn't have snacks, and
not even like a.
At one point, we got up. We did a walk. We went for a walk.
Yeah.
little walk around the Bucks Trail.
Yeah.
Then we came back and we
You
sat down.
camoed up? Real treat up?
I was in. No, I didn't have any camo on. I don't have the stuff yet. So I had an orange hat on,
Of course.
orange vest.
Yeah.
But I had my shacket
Yeah.
on,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had some pants that
Yeah.
were like weather resistant.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get the whole package next year. I'm gonna come with my camo.
Get the real tree.
But yeah, it's you think it would be incredibly boring, just kind of sitting out there waiting for a buck, but I found it very relaxing. I just kind of sat there and I had a lot of time to think. And it was really nice in the morning when the sun was coming up. So we did most of that, but on day 2 we brought a shotgun out with us for the partridge.
Yep.
And on day 1, no shotgun. We
Rifles
saw
only.
Rifles only. We saw maybe 11 partridge.
Yeah.
A lot of partridge. No shotgun though. Can't shoot them.
What?
Because the rifles that we had would blow them into a million pieces
I
if it
gotcha.
hit them.
I gotcha.
There'd be no meat left.
I see.
Yeah. So we got to come out the next day with like a shotgun.
No, like slingshot or anything.
We didn't have a slingshot. Nope.
That'll kill a partridge.
It would. They look like chickens.
Yep.
You get them in the head.
Easily.
But I can't shoot a slingshot very well or accurately.
That's fair.
So we see 11 partridge, and
Yeah.
then we get a shotgun on day 2.
You're
and-
like, well, because there's
and-
11. At
Yeah, and
least
guy
11
goes
partridge.
to me. You know now that we're bringing the shotgun out, we're not going to see any partridge. But I was like, we saw 11 partridge yesterday. We're going to the same area. Where have they gone? He's
Yeah.
like, just the rules. He's like, when you bring the gun out to shoot them, they're not there. And I was like, okay, whatever. I think we're going to see partridge.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we
You're
got
like,
there,
all right.
none.
All right, idiot.
yeah.
I think I know.
I was like, how? We saw them all yesterday.
Yeah.
0 partridge.
Yeah.
I got 1 chance at a partridge that day, and the most stupid fucking thing, I chased it into the forest,
Yeah.
and those things are quick.
Yeah.
Okay, understand. The partridge is like from me to the camera, like
Okay,
not
that's
far
close.
away. It's running away, and it goes over a hill.
Yeah.
And I'm going, oh, I got you now. I got the
Yeah.
high ground on you.
Yeah.
Like you've put yourself into a terrible situation. I'm gonna peak this hill, and you're done. I get over this hill, man, and it's like 4 steps, and the partridge is like 50 yards down away, way out of range.
He got
And I'm
ya.
like, that was 4 seconds. I don't know if it flew
What
or
if
if it just zoomed.
What if they did the classic like movie, like it ducked behind a tree and his buddy is the one that's far away, and then the one you were chasing is behind a tree, just like,
Maybe.
and you're like, whoa, I'm not catching this thing, and you turn around.
Whatever it was, I came out of the forest like defeated,
Yeah.
and niece's dad was just like, "It's hard, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, damn thing got the best of me." And then I never saw another partridge for the rest of the thing.
Yeah.
So I never got another chance.
No meese out there.
Meese,
Yeah.
geese,
Meese.
like mice.
Plural of moose.
I wish that was the plural of moose. It's not, and it pisses
It
me
should
off.
be.
Goose is geese,
Yeah.
but moose is just moose.
Yeah. No meese out there?
No, we weren't allowed. We weren't hunting meese.
No.
We didn't have any tags. We only had tags for a buck.
I
So we saw doe. We couldn't shoot them. We didn't have a doe tag. We only had a buck tag. And we're played by the rules out there.
Absolutely. Of course.
I hate people who don't play by the rules out there.
Why couldn't you just... Well, you're seasoned, of course. Naturally.
No, it's actually crazy. I was reading. They gave this like, it's like a thick little thing that comes out from the government every year, and it's
Yeah.
like all the regulations. And I was reading in it just like for fun, and they were just telling stories about like every year people just like go out there and they just shoot like a moose. But
Yeah.
then you can't bring the moose anywhere.
Yeah,
because if you
people
bring it to
will
like
know.
a butcher,
Yeah.
you need the tag.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the butcher would be like, "You shot this illegally,"
Yeah.
and then report you. So they just leave the moose out there. And so
Okay.
like every year, game wardens will come out
Yeah.
and find like moose like covered by bush.
Yeah.
People like just shot it for fun and then hit it, and I'm like, what
What a
kind of
psychopath.
people are doing that? Like, it's one thing to shoot an animal and then eat it.
Couldn't you... Not that this is a good thing, but couldn't you, like, let's say that happened, right?
Yeah.
Perfect moose opportunity. I can't pass up it. I don't have the tags, but I gotta... Couldn't you just drive to wherever you get the tags? And
No, it's like it works like a lottery type deal war you apply for tags because they're monitoring like the
I see.
population, right?
Yeah.
And
they
they
can't
go,
have everyone taking moose tags.
yeah, they go, okay, there's X amount of deer roughly this year.
Right.
We go, here's how many we could kill in hunting season
Right.
without negatively affecting their population,
see.
and then they hand out that many tags.
Interesting.
So that's why like we only had a buck tag, not a doe tag,
Right.
because they had already handed out too many doe tags.
Right.
So buck tag. Same thing with moose. They'll only hand out a
How many
finite amount of moose
tags
tag.
like does the average hunter get?
Not like it's pretty tough to get. It depends on the tag. Like deer tag, I think you're generally going to get either a doe or a buck tag. But like moose tag,
You get
are
like
pretty,
one.
Yeah, maybe.
Dang.
Moose tags are. I mean, most of the time, like you don't even come across them. Like it's hard to. It's really
Right.
hard to find them. Moose tag, though, from what I can gather, are pretty rare.
Yeah.
So most of the time, people will hunt in groups.
Yeah,
like they'll
yeah,
go
yeah.
on like a 15-guy hunting
Yeah,
trip
yeah.
because odds are one of those guys is going to get a moose tag, and then anyone will shoot the moose
Right.
who comes across it. Because like these guys go hunting and like they'll go like up moose camp for like a week and they won't find a moose.
Yeah.
At all. It's like they're just chilling for a week, nothing. They won't even see one. It's crazy out there,
Do you
man.
think-
Crazy out there in the hunting world.
Yeah. Do you think the guys you're with found those days peaceful, or do you think they're like on high alert and you're just sitting there like, gosh, isn't this nice to be in nature? And they're just
I
like,
think I
like
think
the faintest sound is gonna like.
I don't know, man. I think he was having a good time.
I'm not saying he's
they
not having a
drink
good
a lot
time.
of beer out there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, they're cracking beers all the time out there.
Can't be.
They got the moose call or the buck call
Yeah,
too. It's
yeah.
like a
Yeah, I know the one.
you know the one.
I know the one.
Yep.
They can't
And
be.
then they got like wood.
Yeah, I know
in a
that. Yeah,
bag.
they rub together or
Rub
whatever.
together, I guess. I think they're trying to like convince the buck that there's another buck on its territory and get it to like come fight it, and then we shoot it. We eat it.
I just feel like, I mean, I'm not gonna speak on their commitment as a man who's never been hunting in his life, but
Right.
I guess it's one of those things where that it's so like it's just chance.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can't take it too seriously,
Mhm.
because then you would kind of just be high strung and pissed off by the time you get home from
Yeah.
your 12-hour day or whatever.
Yeah.
So you gotta be drinking something, I
Yeah.
guess, if you're the average man.
Yeah.
Up north.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Because
I think they're pretty chill with it.
originally I was gonna
Yeah.
say, like, if you're like, you can't be that
No, I don't
mentally
think.
tuned in if
I
you're,
think like you're watching and you're looking, and obviously you're trying to find a buck.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's like.
what are they
you know.
pissing back, like probably just bush beer.
Yeah, like a Bush Light or like a not a lot, not intense beer,
Just the cheapies.
random beers I haven't even seen before. Sometimes I don't even know what they are, but they don't look very aggressive.
locally made.
Who
Some guys
Who the
house,
hell knows?
some
Deer
guy's
urine? I
garage.
don't know what they're
Yeah.
drinking out there, but
Getting a little crazy.
I don't think they take it too. Like I don't think they're not like this all the time.
Yeah.
Scanning the tree line, but they're definitely like
Someone cracks a beer and he's like,
Yeah, no. And like if I fell at one point on a walk in the forest,
Yeah.
it was really embarrassing. Still think about it sometimes. There was like a moss had grown over this like hole.
yeah,
And I thought that it was like a
Yeah.
like a
rock or something.
a rock or like a log.
Yeah.
And I just step on it and my foot just goes straight through and I tumble over and everything goes everywhere. And her dad is just like, what the hell? And I'm like, I fell. I'm sorry. I got up. My finger was all hurt. It was like all bent. I was like, finger hurts. But I was like, gotta be tough.
Yeah. You're like, can we go? No. I'm gonna be.
It was nuts. It was
We're not going back.
crazy.
You're fine. You're the first son-in-law to go.
No, I think that Peter was very happy that I came out with him.
Shot you up into the good books,
I think so.
even though you're
I had a fun time.
tumbling around
I had a fun time.
Nancy, tumbling around in the woods.
This guy who came with us, Peter's friend, but he basically is like, you know how you have like people who are like you call your uncle,
Yeah.
but they're not like an
Yeah,
uncle,
yeah,
but
just
you just
been
call
around
them their
forever.
uncle. That he's like that for Anissa.
Yeah.
His name's Pekka. Great guy.
What is that background? What is-
Finnish, I believe.
oh yeah. Okay.
I want to say Finnish. Yeah, because he was speaking Finn is their language. He was speaking something, and then Anissa said, "Oh, he's speaking." I think she said Finn.
yeah.
I don't know. Somewhere from that area.
Finn?
Yeah.
Is that what?
I don't know if it
That
is.
can't be right.
I think it's Finnish. Maybe that's like a
Finnish.
like a short form maybe that she's
Right.
heard from him. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if I remember correctly. I don't want to like get his culture wrong, but I think it was Finnish. I don't know yet.
Who
I don't
cares?
know.
It's all the
something. Some. I think something in that area, general
Norway.
area of Northern Europe. What
else is up there?
Anyways, Denmark.
Not Sweden. Sweden's different.
He had a bunch of Colts, like little cigarillos, like little cigars. Holy, he kept busting those out because I don't really drink a lot of beer.
Yeah.
So they'd always be like, "You want beer?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm okay."
But I'll take one of those.
But he would bust those out, and I'd be like, "Give me one of those." I had a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's nice.
it was good. It was a good time. It was a really good time.
It does sound peaceful. I think, honestly,
you do get a little bored sometimes.
I think a lot of people, like, because I'm vegetarian, and like my wife would be opposed to hunting for sure, but I think people assume that I would be, and I'm not.
No,
because
it's pretty much the same thing as buying a chicken in a grocery store. Like,
everyone I know who hunts, like, they're very, like, legit about it.
Right.
Above board, gonna use up everything. It's
Right.
gonna go into the flipping chest freezer. It's gonna feed us for the next 16 months.
They do use pretty much everything.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
even like the liver, like all
Yeah.
the organs, they have uses for
You
them.
grind up the bone meal and you
Yeah.
do crap with that, and I get it, man. I don't hate it. I'll tell you, I would go hunting, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'd actually have the legitimate cojones
To shoot anything,
to pull the trig.
even on like a partridge.
If it was a bird, that thing's dead.
Yeah, I was gonna
so
say,
quickly.
I was gonna say, because I think I would have that moment if I was gonna shoot like a buck, because bucks, even like moose,
They're graceful.
they are very majestic looking.
Yeah.
So I think if I saw one off in the distance, like, and through the scope,
Yeah.
I think I'd have a moment. Not that I would ever be the one taking the shot. If we ever saw a buck,
Yeah.
it would never be me.
Yeah.
At
One
least
day.
for the next like 5
Yeah,
years.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
maybe if I go over a year, then I'll get a chance
Yeah.
to shoot one. But I think I would have a moment where I'd be like, oh man, that's a pretty looking creature.
Yeah.
But then I think I could work it
You're
up.
looking
But
through
a bird?
looking through the scopes. It's kind of a misty morning.
Yeah.
Just glorious. That's God's creature.
Yeah.
That buck.
Especially because they sleep in the dry things, and then you'll do the call, and their little head will poke up.
Yeah.
Apparently, they'll just walk around.
And you're
I
like,
think
that's
I'd be
a
like,
beautiful-
oh,
yeah,
that's a
that'd be tough.
pretty thing. But yeah, but a partridge, those
Yeah,
things look
who
like
cares?
weird chickens.
Yeah.
I would blow 15 of their heads off without even skipping.
It's
a beat.
also like
Apparently they taste really good too.
It's also like that thing used to be like a freaking dinosaur. And that's got to feel good, huh?
That does have to feel.
To
It does
be
feel
like-
good. It does have to feel good.
You way back when could have been like a T-Rex or something.
Bop.
Idiot.
Dead.
You lost?
Yeah. I win.
What wrong turn did you take on the evolution highway that ended you up
Amen.
here, you idiot?
Amen.
You're so stupid.
That's what I said to the partridge. I was chasing him in the
Yeah.
woods. I said, "Oh, you run away, little dinosaur! I'm gonna get you."
What the?
Yeah, I no birds. Destroy
Yeah, who
them.
cares?
Most small game, I don't think I would have a problem
the
with.
thing
Maybe
is,
a
though-
rabbit. Rabbit would be.
That'd be sad.
I'd be that's a cute little thing.
The thing is, though, is of all, like, the problem is because I don't eat meat. The only thing that I would get any benefit out of hunting would be like a buck, so that I could take its hide and get it like tanned or something and get some flipping leather.
Mm-hmm. Take some antlers or something.
Yeah, that'd be kind of, I guess. Like, really, it's just, I'm like, leather's cool.
Right.
Imagine like having like a leather jacket and you're like, I did this.
I killed
Yeah,
this.
I didn't make the I didn't make the jacket, but
That would be cool.
this jacket
That would
wouldn't
be cool.
exist if it wasn't for this like memory.
That
you
would be
know?
cool.
Whereas like a partridge,
That would
I'm
be
like,
cool. Yeah, I
put
guess
a
you can't
feather in
eat
my
it.
hat.
Yeah, I guess you can't eat it. That's true.
Yeah,
Because for me, yeah, the appeal of killing this partridge is I can cook it,
yeah,
and it tastes quite good. Apparently, it's like a gamey chicken. That's what I've heard.
interesting. Yeah, I think I get
Moose is delicious.
I get the appeal in it for sure.
Mhm.
Of like, I did this,
Mhm.
and now we get to eat it.
Mhm.
Because I mean, one, it's probably like going to be the best flipping food ever in
Mhm.
terms of like, it wasn't frozen on a truck
Yeah.
for like 6 days.
Oh yeah, yeah. The moose that I had this week was unbelievable.
What was it, like a jerky?
No, it was like a steak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had like moose meat fajitas.
Interesting.
Because moose tastes kind of like what?
Gosh, nothing sounds more Mexican than that, huh?
Yeah, man. You know how many mooses they got down in Mexico?
Such a traditional Spanish meal.
Yeah, we just took moose and wrapped it in fajitas.
Yeah.
Fajita shells. It was good. It tastes like steak, like a beef.
Yeah.
But like little gamier and like a little chewier in the middle, and then I find a little fattier.
Yeah.
But
I think I've had moose.
it's yummy.
I've had yak.
Yeah.
I had yak.
Can't
Jersey.
say I've ever had yak.
I've had crocodile. No,
That's
it was
insanity.
gator. It was gator. Gator jerky.
That's ridiculous.
Had that. Yeah.
That's a lot of weird things.
Bison.
But anyways, it was great.
I think I've had moose.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then you would know. It's good.
Rabbit.
I've heard good things about rabbit.
It's good.
Yeah.
I wish it wasn't.
I would. They are cute, but I've heard really good things about rabbit. So if I ever get an opportunity to go hunt some like whitetails, I will go.
Yeah,
And
rabbit. I had a
pop
bit of
'em.
rabbit at a restaurant once. Duck.
I've also heard good things about duck.
Duck's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't eat meat, guys. Anyway,
But no, one of the I think I'm gonna get into hunting. I'm gonna go to moose camp next year.
Yep.
But one of the it's like a weird thing. People have been asking me like what I want for my birthday and Christmas for every year.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm running out of stuff
Yeah.
that isn't like $1 billion.
Yeah.
So I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, I think I'm gonna get into hunting.
yeah.
And birthday present, Ben, a Bass Pro gift card or something like that along those lines. This gives me a whole new world
It does.
of gifts.
It's true.
So I'm like,
You've opened a new hobby.
yeah. So I'm like, maybe now it's time to unlock a new hobby. And I was like, this one seems easy to get into now because
Yeah.
I have a direct connection
You got an
through
avenue.
through the family I've married into. So I was like, obviously the big initial investment is like getting your own gun. That's a big deal, and like getting the license and all that stuff. But I was like, I might do this.
It's a good layered hobby.
Yeah.
Because if you could get, like a nice outdoor real tree jacket might run
Yeah.
you $100 to $200.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. But then you also get like you could throw on like a buck call.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like probably what, $12.
Yeah, probably not much.
Can't be that much.
No.
How much of is a bottle of dough piss?
Yeah.
That can't be that much. Get that in the stocking.
Get that in the stocking.
Bright orange
It's nice
hat.
too because I like Anissa's family. If I was like to her dad, like if her mom's looking for gifts, I'm like, oh, I don't have this thing.
Yeah.
I know they're gonna go and get something good because
Yeah.
they know
You're true.
they've been hunting
Right.
forever. They know what the good stuff
It's
is.
also you get to. There's a lot of benefits for you to get
Yeah.
into hunting.
Yep.
It opens up gifts.
Yep.
It removes the Sidiot
Yes.
license on your
Yeah.
face.
I felt like I kind of chipped that away this week.
Yeah.
Where it's like niece even said I came back from in the morning for breakfast and I was like dressed like I looked northern, especially with my long hair right now.
Yeah.
With like I had a baseball cap on with
Yeah.
it like pulled behind and like the mustache and like the sort of like the hunting look. She like came out and she looked at me and she was like, I want my Sidiot back. I was like,
Well, yeah, you probably look a little bit like her dad. I would guess. You have a mustache.
I think you know what she said? She said you look like a guy from Lively High. Like her old high school
Right.
in the north. She's like, you look like someone who never wants to leave their hometown.
Right.
And I was like, I was like, it's good. But I think a little bit.
Yeah.
I liked it though. It was different.
The thing
I've
is,
never experienced that before.
You can cosplay. You can be.
I have my hunting character, Hunting
Yes.
Ben.
Yeah, hunting
Yeah.
Ben. When you go visit, hang out with Papa.
Yep.
And when you're at home, you're back to
Sidiot Ben.
yeah.
Yeah. I think that's great.
That
There's
is
hunting
good.
up in Halliburton too, so it's like just go up to my cottage and hunt from there.
True.
It'd be fun.
It is a
Turkey hunting.
yeah. It opens up a lot for you.
I think it does.
I think so.
I think and like even like I gotta get it's an initial quite a deal to get your hunting license and your gun license and everything with good reason. Quite a bit of stuff, courses that you have to take and in-person stuff. It's like a whole weekend.
Yeah.
What What you got?
I didn't know anything. I was just, I was like
some kind of gun joke or something.
No, I was like, well, because the thing is I like camo. I like army camo. I think there's a whole like fashion world in terms of like what do they call it? Like army wholesale stuff like that, like those army surplus, that kind of store.
Yeah.
And I think you can rip some cool stuff out of that, and it's it's gonna be good qual because it's for the brave men in green or whatever the hell. But then also similar to that is the hunting stuff with the real tree
You could
camo.
put together a whole insane outfit.
Yeah.
There's no shortage of stuff you can throw in there. I think I'm a vest guy rather than like an orange coat. There's two different kinds of guys. There's the orange coat guys, and then there's the vest guys.
Vest makes sense.
I saw this guy. We passed this other random walking out there,
Yep.
and he had like full camo and an orange vest, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Wow, that guy looks great."
That's a cool look.
yeah. So,
Because it's like, I get it. I get the whole orange thing and the
Yeah.
beers and blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah. But, like, you might as well just be an all orange then.
yeah.
But the camo's kind of
Yeah.
it's kind of fun.
Yeah, just a little orange vest, just
Yeah.
so people can see you.
Orange vest,
Little
maybe a
orange hat. Yeah, I think it's depending on where you hunt. There's certain regulations, but I think generally orange hat.
Yeah, so you don't get blasted in the
Yeah,
head.
so hunters can see you. Which like I'm all for. I'm not trying to get shot by accident when they see first movement they've seen in 4 days. What's that in the bushes? And they just fire a rifle at me. They don't
Yeah.
even know. They're not even checking.
They're picking buckshot
I mean,
out
all these people out here who like are shooting animals for fun with no tags. I don't want to be their next animal they shoot for fun.
Yeah.
So I'm putting the orange hat on. But
Yeah, I think I mean I love going to Bass Pro Shop.
yeah,
It's a good store.
I used to be freaked out by it. The big moose inside the Cabela's, like those types of
Yeah.
stores in the Bass Pro, like they always have big old stuffed mooses. Those things freak me the hell out. I don't know why. They're just really big.
They're intimidating.
But now I think I can take them.
Yeah, I like their stuff. I think I would love.
There's a lot going on in there.
I would love to look like. I would love to pull a little bit of
Yeah.
that. Not a lot, because I know my place.
Yeah.
I know who I am.
Yeah. Give me a couple years to get the reins, and then we'll go out together and we'll podcast it.
Yeah, we wouldn't catch a thing.
No, not a thing.
No.
Well, small game. They're not as scared. They're a little dumber.
Yeah.
I gotta get a partridge. I can't let those
Revenge.
damn things get the best of me. I'm going up there for Christmas.
Oh, you're going back out.
December 7th, 8th, and 9th, I think.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't say that online. We're gonna be home.
His house will be empty.
And her dad was like, "Hey, we can go. Like, it'll still be bird season then." So he's like, "We can go out."
What are
Go
the
for
seasons?
some more birds.
Do you know?
It was in the book I was reading. A lot of stuff runs to the end of the year. It's mostly fall.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. Like moose, I think, is until October 31st. Deer, I think, is till like the end of November.
Yeah.
And then most of the bird stuff runs into December.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of different stuff. It depends on like the gun too.
Yeah, you're
like
right.
there's like crossbow
Yep.
goes longer, I
Yeah.
guess, than rifles do.
That
and
makes sense.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. It's so
Yeah,
much, so
'cause-
complicated.
Because I think,
It's a big deal.
well, obviously they're not as concerned about bird populations.
No, there is a daily limit
Yeah.
on birds and like a freezer limit.
Yeah.
I think like partridge was 5 daily.
Yeah.
So if they catch you with more than 5 partridge like in your possession on a single
But
day.
that's per person.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're with like a group of
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
kill like 30
Yeah.
and no problem if you got 6 guys out there.
Yeah.
But you can only have 15 in your freezer.
fair,
Yeah.
which is again makes sense.
Yeah.
But then I guess the same thing with like crossbow rifle stuff is like they want to make sure like
I don't even know what the reasoning is. I
was gonna say like
could
picking
be-
up shells.
It
but
could
that
be
doesn't
like
even-
it could be like a noise thing.
that's what I was thinking too.
I don't know. I honestly don't know what
Yeah.
the difference is.
The only thing I was thinking is like if it's dead of winter,
Yeah.
they probably don't want you just littering shells everywhere.
Yeah.
Into the snow, and then you're like, oh, guess that's polluting.
Yeah.
So
I
like,
don't
but
know.
a crossbow like that, you're gonna pick
You're gonna
that
go
up.
get the
The bolt.
The bolt. I don't know why, but there's a reason,
Yeah.
and I'm sure people who know more about ecology have figured out a
Yeah, for
reason
sure.
to have this stuff in place.
Well, I guess you're gonna be a hunter.
I think I'm gonna be a hunter.
I guess we'll see what happens in a little.
I'm gonna get that partridge.
Yeah, well, I guess
I'm gonna get him.
before the end of the year. We'll
I'm gonna get him.
we'll come back in
Or her.
December.
I don't discriminate.
It doesn't matter.
I shoot
Just
them all.
Women, children, baby partridge.
Well,
Adult.
not enough meat on the babies. They can go.
I think if you're desperate enough,
Yeah, I'll shoot a
That's
baby
all you
partridge.
got.
It's like a teeny tiny
Yeah.
partridge. I'm like, like Peter's like, no, there's not enough meat. You gotta leave that one. And I'm like, I can't. Never again. Let this thing get the best of me.
I'm sending a message.
I don't even kill it. I just like maim it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, go back and tell your
Yeah.
partridge friends, I'm back. I'm back in town. Stay deep in the
Yeah.
bush.
Ben's
Don't come near the path.
going wild this year.
Another fun thing is we go out on quads.
That is
It's
fun.
another fun aspect. I just have never really been exposed to deep in the bush, where you're like a long amount of forest away from anything.
Yeah,
I find it fun.
I think
Can do anything you want out there. What are you looking at me like that
what
for,
happened
Judah?
out there.
What happens in hunting season stays in hunting season.
I think it would be fun if you were with someone who knew what they were doing.
It is.
Otherwise-
No.
otherwise it'd be-
If I wasn't out there with Peter, scary.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. Like we're walking through the forest.
Yeah.
And like, let me paint my brain for you. My brain is like, we're walking through the forest toward like the swamp, and I'm going, oh, it's nice out here.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, just the right temperature. I
Yeah.
love this air, and I'm just like, oh, that's a nice tree. And there's just like the area. This bush used to be like farmland.
Yeah.
Years ago, like 60 years ago. So there's like cars in the forest
Yeah, like
that
old
are just
cars,
like
yeah.
broken down. And I'm like, wow, that's a weird car. And I'm just kind of like walking around. So that would be me the whole time if
Yeah.
I was out on my own. But like Peter's mind is like, oh, there's some poop right there,
Yeah.
and there's a track, and he would
Yeah.
like constantly would just be walking and be like, oh, and like a mile away, he's like, oh look, there's like poop there, and I'm like, how'd you see that? And like, oh, here's a track.
Yeah,
Oh, it goes this way, and I'm like,
you're
Where?
literally whistling, looking up.
yeah.
Gosh, isn't this nice?
Isn't this beautiful?
All of a sudden, you realize like, if these guys left, I'd be dead.
I would die. Tracking is remarkable. How they are like able to be like, oh, it went this way, like this is its path, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, what the heck?
I'm like, I can see this first track,
yeah,
and then I have no idea
Yeah.
how you figured out it went that way.
I see.
and then like,
dirt
yeah,
and leaves.
and then rubs. Like maybe I'm just not noticeable enough. Like we'd just be walking, and he'd be like, oh, right there, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
When they point it
Okay.
out, you're like, I guess.
yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, that's just a tree.
Yeah,
man.
that's just
I
a
don't know
tree
what the-
that's a little bit like ripped up. I'm like, anything could have done that.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is. And it's like scrapings. Like
Yeah.
it's just
loose dirt.
yeah, it looks like someone just like went on the forest ground and just went like that. And I'm like if it, like I remember when I first went out there, he pointed out to me, he's like, here's like the why they do this, and like
Yeah.
look at it. And I'm like, that I would never
Yeah.
have noticed that. I would have just I would have walked on it.
Yeah, that's just dirt.
Yeah, I would have been like, yeah, a squirrel ran by.
The,
like
the tree ones are funny because I would just be like, that's what bark is. I don't mind. It looks messed up always. It's just bark.
Exactly. So I was like, nothing's wrong here.
Yeah.
But yeah, being out there with him makes it more fun because we know where to go. He knows what to do. So I'm definitely like, you won't see me hunting by myself for years. I'm going out with these guys and learning if I'm gonna be hunting.
That sounds
And
like
then
a,
I'll go
sounds
by
like a
myself.
good time.
I think it's gonna
Until
be
you
fun.
accidentally like shoot him in the leg or something, and then you never get invited again. You shoot him with bird shot.
Yeah.
And he lives obviously, but he's just like, we're never taking that stadium again.
Doesn't know how to handle a gun. Yeah, I
That's when you get the slingshot.
yeah. They like give it to me that this is what you get.
Ben can come, but
The thought too of like because they do moose camp every year at the same time.
Yeah.
So the thought of being like, in the middle of October every year, I just like I have something that I just go and do, and it's like, oh, it's like April and we're planning something, and and someone goes, "Oh, what about like in October? What are you doing?" "Oh, Ben's got moose camp." Oh, it's so fun. I have moose camp. I'm going to do moose camp. You know, me and the pals,
Yeah.
moose camping, and that just sounds great. So I think I want to be like that. You could be a little bit supportive.
I think you'll be.
You could be
good.
a little bit. This much.
I haven't even made fun of it that
No,
much.
you have in your face.
I could
can
make
see
fun
it in
of
your face.
It's pretty gay. But
That's okay, Judah.
yeah.
I'm on that. I'm on that moose camp stuff, you know?
Yes, man. And I'm gonna be not there.
That's fine. You can come if you want.
I would
Everyone's welcome at moose camp.
I would be so uncomfortable, I think. Just a bunch of dudes.
It's pretty
I'm
chill.
sure they're nice.
They have a spa day.
What do you mean?
Like they have like a spa day at the end of moose camp. You don't shower or anything because you're out in the bush.
Yeah.
And I guess they got like a sauna there or something. And they have like a spa day. There's like water nearby, I guess. You go cold in there and go in the sauna. They all do that. Doesn't that sound fun?
I think I'd rather just go to like a regular spa. You're gonna have a blast next year.
I think I am.
Yeah.
I just think it's something. It's something that I can look forward to.
I think it's a fun arc for you.
Thank you.
In your life.
Thank you.
And I'm excited.
Thank you.
And maybe one day you'll get your big buck.
One day I'll get a big buck.
Get big buck.
Right now, I'm just focused on that damn partridge.
Yeah. Like
Damn dirty partridge.
You don't get the partridge this year, next year. And he says, Dad's like, you know what, Ben? If we see a buck, I want you to take the shot. And you're like, save it. I'm getting the partridge.
Show me the first partridge we see.
He's like,
Show me it.
He's like trying to do this like honorary passing on. Like,
Yeah. Here's the rifle.
Here's the rifle, son. He calls you son.
And I'm like, shut up. There's the partridge over there.
I'm taking them all down.
Yeah, he's like talking. So Ben, I really wanted this to. I'm just glad you came out with me, and it's just look. There it is.
There's like a buck 5 feet to the left.
Yeah. Oh, the buck! You see the buck? No, the partridge.
Oh, you get really
Get
good.
it!
You get really good at like tracking partridge.
Yeah. I'm like, there's been a partridge here.
He goes, you're walking. Go, see that? And he goes, whoa, rubbing? And you're like, no. Partridge tracks. A feather.
Partridge are apparently super dumb too. The one guy, Pekka, was like, if you see a bunch of them like perched on a branch,
Yeah.
he's like, make sure you shoot the ones at the bottom first, because if you shoot them like all the way up, they won't run away at the sound of the gun.
Yeah.
But if you shoot at the one at the top, and
It'll hit yeah.
them, and then they'll all fall away. But you could shoot them all in the branches, and they'll just sit there. Dumb things. I hate that they got the best of me.
And yet.
I'm gonna kill them.
Just the rage.
5 of them.
Yeah, well, that's
the daily limit.
allotted. Yeah, but then tomorrow.
5 more.
For one more day after that, till my freezer's full.
Something funny about that.
It's really funny.
And then, well, what happens when you get all of them? I go home.
I pack it in. I don't
That's
care.
enough for the year.
Yeah.
Sends the message.
Thinning.
They'll be drawn. Cave drawings of me in their partridge caves.
Thinning their population down.
Don't watch out for Ben. That partridge got the best of him his first hunting year. He never forgot it. All his buddies wanted to go big game hunting with him. He only did small game for the rest of his life.
He
wanted to see the partridge go extinct.
There is something really funny about a guy who like, oh, you hunt? Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, like big game. Like what do you? Oh, moose season's coming up. No, save it.
No, just partridge.
I'm small game. That's all you care about.
Yeah. Oh, so like small game. Oh, so you do like what, like turkey, rabbits? No,
not quite. Not quite.
Oh no,
You're
like
putting on
frogs.
your war paint. Not quite. Well, guys,
Are we at the end?
we're over an hour.
What?
Yes, sir.
That's how long it's been. Holy,
We've had a good old time chatting, catching up.
I'm gonna be a hunter, guys.
We're gonna come back before the end of the year. We're gonna see, one, did he get his partridge in December?
Oh, I'm gonna get it.
And
Believe you me.
maybe we can do a
Kill
do
the
a
whole family.
podcast outside of a hunting store. Probably can't go in, but we could probably. Well, we could if we did our lav mics.
We could bump to the lab,
but then we
mics.
wouldn't film it. It's the only thing. We'll
figure it out, guys.
We'll figure it out.
Have a good day. Good night.
Good night,
week.
Moon.
Good night, stars. Thanks for listening to the Really Cool Podcast.
Say nighty night, Partridge.
Nighty night, Partridge. Kill him. See ya.
I've been barely cool for a while, cool with a wink or a smile, but I'm cooler than you are with or without us. I've barely started, this is really hard for me. Well, I'll stop myself if nobody else does.
I'm telling you, this is for real.
I know.
They have a death wish. I have a kill wish.
Can we finally do our real tree camo barely cool hoodies?
Yeah.
Now that you're hunting, Ben?
Of course we can. As long as those partridges can't see me.
We could do an anti-partridge t-shirt. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
We'll do a whole hunting line.
Let's do that.
All right.